It's Dinghy Davit Day. It's Dinghy Davit Day. It's sunny, sunny, sunny day. It's Dinghy Davit Day. Okay, shore power's connected. We'll go back on the dirty boat. Climb back on the dirty boogaboo. Check things out below. Don't tell Anchor Girl I'm wearing my shoes in here. Go to the panel. Oh, I see blinking lights. Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah, so I am back on board Boogaboo, and this week I just received my Dinghy Davit kits returned from some funky customization. If you if you follow my Facebook and Instagram feeds, you'll see that we got the kit about a week and a half ago already for the dinghy, the extended dinghy, davits.com, dinghy davits. Too many dinghies in that line. But anyways, we want to do some customization, so let me show you what that looks like. So here's basically the box that it came in, and Anchor Girl wanted something special, and Anchor Girl deserves something special. So that's what we did here. Is I sent these out to a powder coating company. Guess what? They powder coated them white. Nice, eh? Look at that. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Beautiful. Yeah, that's gonna sit like that. Let me just show you this more out in the sunlight where it's brighter. Hopefully that turns out a little bit nicer. So yeah, super bright, nice and clean. And these pieces that fit in, I didn't have these areas powder coated just so that they could fit in the receiver a little bit easier. Yeah, so that's what we got. So everything basically came like this, a whole bunch of spacers, these pieces which are going to accept the actual cradles, which will go on here, and then the arms themselves. Then the brackets. This one is the one that goes underneath the swim platform, and this one, which is going to be the receiver, and then this is the part that actually sticks out beyond, and this will slide into the receiver. Now, when we got this powder coated, a couple things I want to make mention of is the reason that I did not get this part coated is because this part will slide into the receiver, and I'll show you how fine the machining is of all these parts, because when it came back from powder coating, these brackets of course have to be installed after the fact onto the mounting brackets have to go onto the receiver, and this is something that I didn't really fear, but I sort of anticipated, to get these things to slide on that, because now the powder coating added a 32nd of an inch maybe. I had to pound the crap out of these, and actually you can probably see a little bit of blue. That's soap, dish detergent that I had to put on there for some lubrication. Now it marred that up a little bit, the finish, but I don't really care, because this part from here to that end is going to be under the swim platform, and the only part that you may see is just the very end, and I'll show you what that's going to look like. Now Anchor Girl had ordered some receiver caps that you would put on like a trailer hitch receiver, but they've been lost in transit, so we don't know if they're coming or not, and if not, then we're going to order some more. So she got the two sizes, one for this size and one that will go on the end of here, but we'll see how that's all going to go. That's not really a huge panic. Now the other thing with the super uber duper machining, this piece fits into there, and it is very tight. I mean, that slides in nicely, so what I'm going to have to do is just trim back the little bit of overspray that got on here from the powder coating, just so that that fits in nicely. And then I'm going to show you one more thing that we're going to do, which is not part of the kit, but it's something that I noticed that Mark, the owner of Davits.com, had done on his own boat. So I talked to him about it, and I'll show you that in just a second. But right now I'm going to put these together and hopefully get these things mounted onto the swim platform today. So with the kit comes the fastening screws. They're machine screws that have to be through bolted. Well, not through bolted, but they'll be sunk into the bottom of this plate. And again, that plate is going to go on top of that. So this whole deal, they'll go through there with access to up there. So anyways, I just wanted to point out it actually comes with a little tube of Loctite, which I had bought just in case. But since I don't need it, then I don't need it. But I'm going to use that there and on this bolt here. And I'm going to show you what and why in just a minute. Alrighty, now that these brackets are installed with the extensions, these guys have to go in, the cradles. Now, the way to figure this out is, just give me a second. Alright, that's going to sit like that. Now, these are different lengths. This one's slightly longer from the center pivot point to the outside than that one. And the reason being is that will allow it to go a little bit deeper in the water. You know what I'm saying? A little bit farther down to the angle of the water to bring up your dinghy. And then once that's mounted, then there's this pin. But we're going to leave that off for just a second, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to deviate a little bit from how this came out of the box, simply because I'm going to add an extra tie down hook. So from the kit would have come with this little pin attached on the other side on the head of the bolt. So I'm going to put it on this side instead, and then my little hook eyelet thingy poo is going to be on this side. Okay, when I tighten that down, this will be down out of the way. And so this is how, so this is how this is going to pivot. And then if we want to lock it into place, we have this little pin which will go through there, and that'll keep it in place. So I want to have this somewhat down angled, so this is easy to get at and out of the way at the same time. And then this little guy here is going to act as a tie down, like I said, once the dinghy is in place, sitting on the cradle. And this one here is going to be on the port side of the big boat, and this will be then the water over here, swim platform there. And then this will be facing towards the bow of the dinghy, so I can have a ratchet strap tied down to here and then onto the dinghy itself. Of course, I'll put some Loctite on that connection as well. Okay, so now that side's all assembled as well. This is going to be the starboard side, and if you notice, I put Davits.com on the outside, and then of course that hook eye. What is that stupid thing called? And of course that it's called a UNC lifting eye nut. That's what that is. And then the clevis pin is on the other side too, so it's easily accessible because they'll be coming from around there. This will be the starboard, or sorry, the stern side of the dinghy, back about here, about 5 inches, if my math works out. And then we'll be able to reach down, clamp off that, and pull this clevis pin. So next is to mount the receivers to the swim platform. Okay, this is an approximation of where the dinghy's going to sit. That 2x4 there being the overall length, which is 9'6". That is center. And then from the center back towards the stern, we have approximately 32 inches to the center of the bracket, which is going to leave. The transom is in about 12 inches from the stern, and that's going to leave about another 12 inches to the bracket, and that's right about where the handle is located for lifting purposes. And then this one is 20 inches. Is that what I said? Yep, 20 inches from the center to the bracket, which leaves approximately from the bow right to this bracket 36 inches more or less to the middle of that bracket. So the bow would hang out 36, the stern would hang out 24. And I think that would be a perfect setup. So exciting. So that's my rough fit there for the front, and now I have to square up this back bracket and then mark and drill. I think that's just going to be right where it is. So that is the finishing of the installation. These things are in, they're on. Of course, these parts here can just slide out. That's the whole idea. Just take these pins out, these clevis pins, pull them out, and these will remove so that you don't have to have them on the boat with you all the time when you're traveling or whatnot, when you don't have the dinghy on it, so it's a little bit cleaner. And then it's just a matter of sliding these things in there, putting in the clevis pin. Let's come around this side. And it's done. It's there. And then to retrieve the boat, just put that down, and then the dinghy will slide up and bounce up on it. Of course, once the dinghy's in the water and the big boat's in the water, I will show you how that works. And you can see where I put these tie downs. I got one on each side on the outer side, so I can clamp the dinghy to there. Whoop, down, just ratchet it down, and it should not go anywhere. And here we have a quick top down view. And again, these will just pivot down like that. Doot doot. put the clevis pin in, and it should be all nice and secure, and especially with the tie downs that I have on either side. Then we can ratchet the dinghy down there, and this will, given the fact that it's situated back from the boat, the dinghy side should only come to about where those mounting bolts are, leaving us lots of room to walk through. So that's my install of the dinghydavits.com extended davits. Yeah, really looking forward to being able to use them this summer and getting our Highfield dinghy on there and going on our grand adventures. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be in the water sooner than later. And I will show you once the boat's in the water, once the big boat's in the water, and of course once the dinghy's in the water, I will show you what it looks like and how it works, and how hopefully how easy it is for Anchor Girl and I to pull the dinghy up onto the swim platform, or sorry, onto the dinghydavits.com extended davits. Yeah, if you're interested in any more of my how I did it or boat maintenance and upgrades videos, take a look down in the description. There will be a link. I have a playlist of many videos of projects that I've done on the boat and continue to do. So I look forward to your comments on this one as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.